Hey folks, John here back at the kitchen. Thank you first of all to those folks who keep watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. It's been a while since I've been here in the kitchen cooking something, so I thought today I'll share something with everyone. It's a very simple and very easy and fast dish to cook. I'm going to be making beef Thai style, beef with Thai basil. So this is my take on it. It's not purely a Thai recipe. I looked at some recipes, they all have things in common, but I think it could do with some, at least for me, I like to make adjustments when I can and enhancements. So let's get to it. Number one, we start cutting our meat. In this case, we're using beef chuck roast, and we're also going to be using a brisket, and I'm going to explain later on why. But first, cut some slices, and we're also going to be cutting this in little bite-sized pieces, just like this. So here's our brisket. A lot of fat, and that's what we want. Now it's up to you, this is optional, but I like my fat. Fat adds flavor. So grab a bowl and put all your sliced meat into the bowl, and we're going to start our marinade. We're starting with soy sauce. For the amount of meat, I'm using about a quarter cup of soy sauce here. Next one is fish sauce. We're only going to be using about 2 tablespoons of fish sauce. Next is some sesame oil. Very little, because sesame oil, as you guys know, is very pungent. And we're also going to be using some cornstarch to bind all the marinade together. This is the rest of my cornstarch, so this is about maybe a quarter cup. And then mix everything. Don't worry, I washed my hands, so I'm not worried. Just keep everything clean. So we're getting started on our vegetables. First one is our red bell peppers. Go ahead and cut it into slices, as big or as small as you want. We're going to do the same thing with the green bell peppers. You can also use orange or yellow bell peppers. Your choice. Next up is some eggplant. I couldn't find good Asian eggplant, so I'm just using normal eggplants. But you can substitute this with Asian eggplants, Filipino eggplants. As you can see, I'm using some mushrooms as well. I like big slices, but you can slice this as big or as small as you want. Start cooking. Start with a really hot pan. In this case, I'm using a wok. I'm using canola oil here as well. I want a really hot pan because I want to sear the meat beautifully, so I can lock in all that flavor. Don't worry about the meat sticking to the pan. That's normal. It's because of the cornstarch. That's all it is. We can always do something about that a little later on in the step. So once you get your sear, you can go ahead and remove the meat from the pan. So we can go ahead and start cooking our vegetables. Add some more oil. I'm using some ready-made garlic here. I didn't have time. I actually forgot to pound some garlic. Also using some ginger. It's fine. I mean, fresh garlic is always better, but it's okay. Throwing in some soy sauce just to deglaze a little bit here. Make sure to get those toasted flavors. Now I'm throwing in the eggplants first because I find those take a little time to cook. I'm also using some mirin. so I can deglaze more. This is optional, but since I had it, you know, I thought about using it. So go ahead and throw in your mushrooms as well. And make sure you get those flavors at the bottom of the pan. I'm also going to be throwing in some oyster sauce here. I like oyster sauce. It has that sweetness, that saltiness, and kind of that oyster flavor that really goes well with veggies. It's time to throw in our Thai basil. Since this is a Thai basil dish, I'm using all that Thai basil. I do have a lot of ingredients, a lot of veggies, a lot of meat, so I think I'm going to need all of this. At this time, you could throw in the bell peppers. Go ahead and give it a good mix. Bell peppers tend to, I like bell peppers to be crunchy, so that's why I threw it in last. And now it's time to incorporate all that meat that we cooked earlier. Look at that. It looks so beautiful with all the colors. Go ahead and give it a good mix. I really wish you guys could smell that aroma that's coming from this wok, you know, with all the ingredients, especially the Thai basil. Voila! Doesn't that look scrumptious? Let's eat, guys! So there it is, everyone. My Thai basil beef. I hope you guys enjoyed that. You got something out of it. Wasn't that very easy? Just a lot of ingredients. I think the prep time was took longer than the actual cook time. But it's just a saute, right? So thank you again, guys, for watching. If you have any questions, please drop down your questions on the comment section below, and I'll try to get to it as soon as I can. This is John, Foodie A1C. Again, thank you for watching. Saying peace. I am out.